All right, all right. We finally made it.
Yo, I really hope that technology is so annoying.
All right,
I
all
really hope
right.
we sound all right and
I forgot to
people
mute
can hear
myself another
us.
one. But yeah, no. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it's all right. Look, at the moment, Zach probably is gonna be a little bit laggy. There's something just went wrong with his camera this morning. It's
My
just
camera's just not working. It's technology.
honestly typical. Now jokes. Um, so he either gonna be laggy or he might just turn his camera off whenever he feels like it, just so it doesn't feel
Yeah.
like a big distraction.
If it's laggy and you guys are like, yo, just get that ish out of here. Let me just turn my camera off and then I can just be an audio voice.
Yeah.
Let me know either way. What's up, Chase? What's up, Sean? What's up, Gator? What's up, Daniel? Technology, man. There's nothing that gets me more frustrated than technology, just in general. I just get angry and I don't know. I just get super upset because stuff doesn't work the way I want it to.
Mm.
Anyway, we've got a Dynasty startup mock draft right now. Okay, we got 12 people from our Discord channel who are in this mock draft with us. Shout out to Seven, Jack, Tebow, Chase, OJ, Splash, and William Wonka, Sean, New Zealand, Cole World, DSH305, which is Daniel, King is Dead. Guys, just so you know, if you want to join a league with us, Dynasty or Redraft, the link is pinned. It's patreon.com/fantasylandfam. The link is also in the description of this video.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting full, man. We're getting full. And if you want to play, now's the time to join.
Yeah.
I thought you might say something,
No, no, no. I was just
on top
reading.
of that, but
Sorry,
I
I
was
was just
gonna.
reading. I was just reading the chat. I'm just. I don't think I didn't say what's up, everyone. All love for y'all. I think one thing that is great that Golf Perks 54. If we join a league via Patreon, do either of the drafts involve buy-in? Um,
Good
essentially,
question.
yeah. So essentially, the only. I mean, is it necessarily? Is it technically a buy-in, or is it more like a deposit?
Yeah, I
The
mean, I guess the way I look at it is you're doing two things. You're playing in a league that. Let me know if I start lagging at all
okay.
because
I think
very possible.
your audio sounds great. It's just
Okay.
your face is lacking tremendously, but
Okay.
it's okay.
So essentially, what you do is you sign up for one of those tiers, right? In those tiers, you're doing a couple things. You're paying for your ticket to play, you're supporting us, but you're also receiving a bunch of things in return, right? So you're receiving the league that we are fully active in. We're drafting with you. We are trading with you. We're in the matchups. We're not just we've seen a bunch of people who do leagues
Mm-hmm.
and then they just fill them and leave them. That's not what we're trying to do. We're actually trying to build a community, have a league that you can be a part of. It's hard to find enough people in your life to do a real league with, right? And what we said is, hey, let's have a real league that's legit that people want to be a part of, and let's have them have a chance to support us. But let's give them something cool in return. So when you sign up to the league, obviously you get to play in the league, play with us. You get our weekly rankings. You get a bonus episode. We care about these leagues so much. We're giving you a bonus episode with the leagues that's
That's right.
available only on Patreon, where we're talking about the leagues. But we're also giving you advice that we're only giving out on Patreon there. You get a fantasy hotline, which is a direct line to Badaki and I. So we'll answer all your questions through our DMs all year long, and it's just a great way to support the show. The winner of the so your buy-in is your monthly fee. That is your buy-in. Now, if you win the league, you're gonna win all that money that you donated back from sign up tape.
That's right.
And then you're gonna come on the podcast. We're gonna interview you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a chance to tell us that we're terrible because you beat us.
Mm-hmm.
You are the goat of that league. So consider that. I hope that's a sufficient answer.
Yeah, no, look, we're still trying to get some more stuff in the works just so we feel like we can kind of give you more. It's no guarantees, but we're actually really excited about the leagues. A lot of people have already signed up for the leagues. A lot of people are still interested. So if you have any questions, any questions,
Yeah.
don't feel, don't be hesitant to send us a
So
DM on Instagram or even here in the chat. We're happy to ask you any
yeah.
questions.
What's up, Michael? Michael's supporting us on Patreon. He's got our Close Friends Plus tier, so we've been helping him out. It's been awesome to have combos with him. Golf just said you answered my question perfectly, and I meant to ask about cash prize, but that doesn't matter to me. I'll join the Dynasty one and possibly up my tier leader. Hell yeah, bro. Well,
Nice.
hopefully we'll see a notification later and we'll send you a DM with those details.
Awesome, man.
Um, we're excited to play with you, man. And I'll just quickly say we are working on more things to make it intriguing. You guys have to understand we're kind of starting from ground zero here,
Yeah.
and the most important thing was to us was active, engaged, real leagues.
Yeah.
Um, and also finding a way for us to obviously support ourselves as well. So really appreciate that. We can't say there will be free jerseys at the end. We can't promise that.
No, we can't.
But we
That's the
can't
thing.
deny it either. We
Hmm.
can't deny it either. We're working with our hookups right now.
Yeah. So we're
Okay.
really excited. We can't wait. Let's get this started though. I've been waiting for a while.
Yeah, let's get this started. All right, so Dynasty SuperFlex startup mock draft, 12 teams. Chase says so. Essentially, they're telling
no.
you at the end of the season they'll be giving me an interview. I believe Chase signed up to our leagues as well, so I think that's why he's saying that. He thinks he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so this is the format that we'll be doing in our Dynasty leagues as well. Okay, so it is one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, one tight end, one flex, one super flex, which means quarterbacks are going to be important. There will be 11 bench spots. There will be 4 taxis, 2 IRs. Okay, we're only drafting with the 11 bench spots right now, though. So we're going to go ahead and randomize this 3 times. Here we go.
Where?
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Look at the 1.2. What the hell is going on, man?
And let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. So, just so you know, if you want to be a part of these mock drafts in the future, just join our Discord, guys. There's a link in the description of this video. It's the solo.to/fantasylandfootball link. You'll be able to see it in the description of the video. That's where you can join our Discord and be a part of these mocks.
Yeah, pretty pumped about it. There's so many people that already signed up. We already started creating our leagues and seeing all the names fill up coming in. I know Chase is already in it.
I know Sean in as well. Sean just commented, I'm in it for the long haul. This is going to blow up and become big fam with heaps of cool shit. I mean, hey, I love to hear that. That means a lot to us. You know, we put a lot of effort into it, so
Yeah.
we love when people are hyped.
I think OJ Splash is Ed as well. I think he's in our redraft, not Dynasty, if I'm not mistaken.
He is. He's considering doing Dynasty, so we'll see. I mean, I told him the max that we're going to do is 2 Dynasty leagues. The first one's almost full, and we're not even in August yet. So if you guys are wanting to join the Dynasty League, I would say consider doing that
As soon as
earlier
possible.
rather than later.
Yeah.
Because we're only doing 2 leagues for Dynasty. Redraft, we'll do however many people want to do. All right, I'm on the board. I'm going to grab Herbie, fully loaded.
It just falls to you, you know.
It's nice.
It's an absolute guarantee at the 1.5. It just
Did you
feels
see
good.
the beef? Sorry, quickly. There's 14 people watching. You could do us massive favor. Show us some love by dropping a like on this video. That's just going to help us reach more people. Let's see if we can hit 20 likes somehow. That would be awesome if we could hit 20 likes on the live stream. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Did you see the beef between Herbert and Mahomes today?
It wasn't really it wasn't beef. It was more like it was just like
was just
bands.
like-
It was kind of bands going back and forth,
Yeah.
like, you know, like, I'm better than you. I'll see what happens. You know, you're in my division, blah blah blah. But I mean, I did see it.
I mean, someone said basically, "Hey, watch out for Justin Herbert," and he was like, "I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it."
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, I've got Patrick Mahomes in a couple dynasty leagues. I think Patrick Mahomes is better, but what's up with the disrespect to Justin Herbert, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Justin Herbert balled out in his rookie year. This is a guy that the league should be scared of. Am I right?
Oh, 100%. It would be crazy. I think it would be such a huge accomplishment. 1, beating Patrick Mahomes, and 2, winning that division. It's very hard, but if that's actually possible for Justin Herbert, that's going to be a huge accomplishment for sure.
Yeah. We'll see, bro. Anything is possible. All right, so CMC goes at the 4. You know, this is... I have to say this every time we do a Dynasty Startup because I just want people who watch it later to know my thoughts on this because it is a often asked question.
Right.
Is it okay to go running back over quarterback in the first round? If you look at the running backs, even 4 years ago, none of the guys who are top 10 are top 10 anymore. And, you know, there's names like Le'Veon.
Well, there goes Zach. He's lagging here. Hopefully he can come back. If you can hear me, Zach, you just cut in and out there. But essentially what he was going to say, the top running backs that you see in the last 10 years aren't no longer in the league, or they're already done for. So that's why quarterbacks are a lot more valuable. You know, like I think he was going to say Le'Veon Bell, LeGarrette Blount. There was a couple other guys. I'm pretty sure he was going to say that aren't in the top anymore. You know, they're not even in the league anymore, and they were a first round pick in Dynasty, or like, you know, top 5 first round pick in Dynasty, first round pick in redrafts, and those guys are no longer here. So it really depends, man. It really depends on what you like. CMC is a little bit different. He's kind of crazy. He has that PPR capability. Obviously, so did Le'Veon Bell and all the other aspects. But I think I'm really excited. Look, in my personal opinion, I know Zach doesn't like to have the running back. In a dynasty, he would always go quarterback. You know, it just really depends on your position. We wouldn't have gone CMC at the 1.4, but you know, it just really depends. There he goes. It just went. I was confused. I was like, am I lagging here or what? I thought I was lagging for a second. Let me know if we all still good. Hopefully he's gonna jump back into that call. Do not stress. All right, let's kind of go through that board here. So Herbert, Lamar, Prescott, T Law, wow. Over Joe, over Russ, over a lot of people there. And then second running back off the board is JT. You know how I feel about JT. I like him, but
my Wi-Fi completely just shit itself.
Nah, it's okay. And you're on the clock,
I'm back.
And you're back, and that's today's one of those days. You know, today's one of those days.
Oh my God, I cannot tell you how frustrated I am right now with today. Okay, who's on the board from here? All right. I mean, I got my guy Clyde. How do I not take Clyde here?
Bruh.
Chubb as well, though.
Ed was like, Amazon can get you a new camera by the 7th round. Not in Australia, bro. That's bad.
That's actually so funny. Amazon can get him a new camera by the 7th round, bro. Australia's really not good Amazon-wise. And just let me know if I disappear from the face of this live stream again. Just let me know, dog. Like, let me know, and I will.
That's all good.
I mean, I will do my best to exist.
It's all good. No stress.
You know what happened is, like, Thor got all the stones. Snapped his finger. I was gone.
You were gone, bro. Imagine that actually happened. Surely in the MC, like,
bro, imagine it happened. If it happened for real and you weren't taken and I was, then I would actually just be gone and you would see me disintegrate. But you would be on a live stream. Because a lot of these people would be gone. We'd all be in. Well, we'd all.
I'll
be
probably
dead,
look
really.
like I don't know. I'll probably panic and say, "Oh no."
Yeah.
That's funny. I kind of gave them the little bit of a understanding of what you were going to say, because I knew you were going to say like Le'Veon Bell, LeGarrette Blount. There was these top guys that are no longer fantasy relevant or no longer in the league, or top guys in the league so far.
You pretty much nailed what I was going to say. I don't know if you noticed, but we just got a notification that someone signed up to our league right now.
Oh, really?
Live on air. So shout out to Steven Perkins.
Oh, bro, that's awesome,
if you're in the chat,
man.
let us know. If Steven Perkins, if you're in the chat, we're gonna send you a DM giving you all the info right after this live stream. I'm trying to look because Patreon takes a while to update. I'm just trying to see which one you signed up to. I'm pretty sure it would be Dynasty because that's what he said he was going to sign up to.
It says, hold on. I'm trying to pull it up.
But
that's awesome.
That means that this Dynasty League is getting more and more filled, guys. So
yeah, that's one.
We want to draft
right
in this Dynasty League as soon as possible. So don't be waiting because it could.
Bro, Tyreek is still on the board here. Wait, is that a thing? AJ Brown. I'm gonna try something a little bit different. Usually I go quarterback, running back. I'm gonna do quarterback, wide receiver, and I might take AJ Brown here. I'm pretty sure.
I just want to quickly confirm Steven Perkins is in the Dynasty League.
That's awesome. After this,
hell yeah, man.
After this, exciting. We'll send you an invitation. We'll kind of set you up with everything that you need to get when you sign up for Dynasty. So we'll get you in that league. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We're excited for this year. Man, the countdown
Oh yeah.
is real. Hey Siri.
Dude, I mean, as soon as this Dynasty League fills, we will draft. We'll do a live draft as well. That's what's awesome. We're literally gonna do a live draft with you guys.
How many
So
days
I'm
until
excited about that. Um, Justin Young said
58 days until September till the kickoff, bro.
September 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! They're not ready for our live show though.
Be
They're not
careful,
ready for
bro. Talk it up. Change the
Talk
atmosphere.
it up.
Woo.
They're actually not ready for it. That's what's funny. So the issue is also not only my camera, it's also my Wi-Fi. Like, a little known fact, Wi-Fi in Australia is completely shit. So if you ever come out here, don't expect your Wi-Fi to be good at all, which makes it quite difficult for us to do live streams. I'm on the clock here. I'm actually in a pretty difficult position because I didn't expect Tyreek Hill to be there.
Yeah, and I didn't expect Tyreek to be at a 3-2. Usually somebody always takes him in the second round. But the first wide receiver off the board was DK.
I have to take the guy I believe. I mean, look, I've been hyping this guy up all offseason in Dynasty leagues. I don't know how I leave him on the board because I know he won't come back to me. It's Travis Etienne. I'll say it again. I feel like if there's a mold of Alvin Kamara, it's Travis Etienne. He's literally been molded in, and I guess the cool thing is Alvin Kamara has paved the way for guys like Travis Etienne to be fantasy monsters. He's shown his value to franchises like the Saints. And now teams are looking for that. How do we get the next Kamara? I think Etienne is the mold of the next Kamara.
Yeah.
Very similar players, and I think he's got a great chance to be the RB1 in this backfield. If not this year, next year, it's confirmed.
Well, there was a report that came out today that Etienne will be the pass catching back in this backfield. But there was also a report that James Robinson will be like the pound for pound guy, which I think we all expected. But I wonder if surely Etienne will get some touches on the ground, but I feel like is Etienne only going to get that PPR option, which is still fine. Like, it's still relevant.
Right? Here's the way I view it. By the way, Tyreek 3.9 is crazy. So it's like you're in high school, right? And you're not in with the cool kids yet. So you send like an invite to this party that you're having. So just anyone at school that would potentially come because you don't want to be having a party with no one, right? And then out of nowhere, the cool kid's like, hey, man, we're friends. We're friends now. You're like, holy shit, I don't want these kids I don't really know to come to this party because now the cool kid. So you have to still extend the invitation for James Robinson to be in this offense. But once you're in with the cool kids, don't worry, bro. It's going to be Etienne's role. Okay, Justin Young, I wanted to say your comment. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge Giants fan. And I'm keep looking at Badaki and think he looks exactly like Leonard Williams.
Oh, 100%. That's actually my brother. Nah, I got that last year. Actually, I think it was JB that told me that I look like Leonard Williams because I have the hair. If I can straighten my hair or my hair can flow like that, like Leonard Williams, that would be different. But yeah, I got that before. Yeah, and I was going to say because there's a comment here, Slasher, that's a crime taking Etienne that high. There was a lot of other people on the board, Swift, Mixon.
I would have taken him higher.
Really? So
I have taken him higher. Don't you remember?
Hold on,
we had a little dynasty league with our friends, and I took him at the 3.1. So
11, 12, look, he's a 13 running back off the board. Is that
RB13? He's my RB11 in dynasty. Travis Etienne. Sorry, RB10. He's my RB10.
Wow, I didn't know that. So that must have changed significantly. Last time I remember, it was a little bit lower, or a lot. Maybe.
No, that's actually been the case ever since we did our first dynasty league this year, because I took him at the 3.1. And who was on the board? Yeah, Swift was on the board. Dobbins wasn't on the board.
Yeah,
and he wasn't on the board.
The only available
Mixon was on the board. Zeke was on the board. Here's the deal, quickly. If I believe in someone like I believe in Travis Etienne, I'll say it. This is the mold of Alvin Kamara. And you're worried about drafting him because of James Robinson, a guy who was drafted, who was an undrafted free agent. I know James Robinson did great in his rookie year, but if you are sold on a guy, then you don't draft Travis Etienne. If you're sold on James Robinson, you don't bring in Travis Etienne.
Right.
And friendly reminder, coaches are always going to be judged based off what they do, not what they are given. Okay? Urban Meyer was given James Robinson. He wasn't given Travis Etienne. Instead, he decided to draft him with a first-round pick. This is a guy who's going to be involved. If you think by this time next year his stock isn't going to be higher than it is now, you're crazy.
Right.
You're crazy.
Right.
His stock. There's a few guys. I don't want to throw names out there because we're about to draft them in this mock draft. But there are a few guys whose names will only get higher. Kyle Pitts is another one of them. Someone will probably say that's too high. That's not too high. 3.6.
Right.
He's my tight end 1 in Dynasty. You have to think differently in Dynasty. Kyle Pitts is, even if he has an okay year, his value next year is going to be even higher. You just can't convince me that it's not going to be even higher. So I'm looking on the board. I see Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, and who's the wide receivers available here? I got Terry. See, this is a tough decision for me. I always find that I'm happy when I go heavy RBs. I don't need an RB. Okay, so I'm gonna grab Terry McLaurin here.
Okay.
But anyway, look, I have no like. This is one of those guys where if by the end of Etienne's career I'm completely wrong on him, I'm happy to put my hands up and say I was wrong. I was completely wrong. Now, do I expect him to be the workhorse from day one? No, I don't expect that. But I know by this time next year he's going to be like a top 8 running back in redraft leagues.
Right.
I view him as how people are looking at Jonathan Taylor.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, it's interesting. I'm down to see what happens. I'm not saying I disagree. I don't agree. I'm in that middle.
Yeah.
I'm in that gray area. Let me just see a couple snaps. I think James Robinson is really talented. I think they want. There's so much stuff. Honestly, I'll be honest. Like I want James Robinson to stay because I think he was great. But Etienne is going to be that guy that he's just more versatile. He can catch the ball. James can catch the ball as well. But I think they'll get a pick for him or something.
Here's the thing with Dynasty, right? There can be so many different strategies.
Wow, I
think like in Dynasty leagues, there is so much room for you to do whatever you want to. Like I was almost going to take Javonte Williams there at my pick instead of Terry.
Yeah.
But I had 2 running backs I could rely on. And I guess I just want to say like Dynasty above any other format, you can justify the way that you're playing. Right? Like because you don't know what's going to happen in 3 years. But I'm setting my team up for 3 years. So it really depends on the way that you're playing. Crypto Cowboy, what's up, my guy? He said, hey, I thought y'all was doing this tomorrow night. So we do 3 live streams a week. The first one is a mock draft. The second one is a Q&A. And the third one is another mock draft. Tonight's a mock draft. Tomorrow's a Q&A, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Wednesday is another mock draft.
Yeah.
We live in Australia, so it's really hard because we're in the future. You guys are still in the past. Oh,
wow.
Get out of the past, boys. Come on, get out of the past.
That's something special there, man.
Wow, that's deep right there. Just let that settle in. So it's hard for us to get the time completely right. Golf Perk. Hey, I'm pretty sure Golf Perk's the guy who signed up to our leagues just now. Thanks, mates. Looking forward to the startup draft. Hell yeah, bro. Really excited to play with you, man. As soon as we get that league full, we're gonna set a date and do a live draft here on YouTube with all of you guys. Jay Walsher says Jags need to win games and Robinson will be cheap for the next 2 to 3 years. No reason to trade him. Look, you could be right. I'm gonna stick to my guns on this. I don't want to like pound my reasoning too much. It's either I'm gonna be right or I'm gonna be wrong, and I'm okay either way. But I'm betting all my money on Travis Etienne, and if you look at what that guy did in college, I think it speaks for itself. This is a guy, it's not like they have weapons that it's going to be hard to figure out how to utilize Etienne. Keep in mind, why is Alvin Kamara so valuable? Because he's such a passing game threat. Etienne is going to be a passing game threat, so it doesn't worry me at all.
Yeah.
I don't understand how Allen Robinson is there. Chris Godwin. Ooh, what do I do?
It's happening. This is weird for me. I'm not extremely happy with my team, but I do have it's weird. It's weird right now for me.
I'm in a tough place. I'm gonna take my guy. I'm gonna take Chris. Chris Godwin, only 25 years old, if I'm not mistaken, still linked to a great quarterback. And if he leaves in free agency, he's still going to be a wide receiver one on any team he goes to. Um, Crypto Cowboy says, "Oh, okay." And by the way, I just want to say we respect everyone's opinions, right? So, like, if you have an opinion that's different than us, that's totally okay. Like, we're not here to pretend we are like we've been football scouts working for the NFL for like 30 years. I mean, I'm only 28,
You
27.
28,
Jesus,
bro?
I don't
Wow.
even know.
Man,
You're
you're
28.
old, bro.
You're 28, you freaking old hag. Um,
That's funny.
but yeah, I mean, this is our opinions. We definitely look at data. We definitely look at analytics, and we also follow our gut. So we respect everyone's opinion. Crypto Cowboy said, "Oh, okay, cool, cool. I'm still in round 18, dart throwing land. Who's on the board, Crypto? Because you know what's funny about these late rounds is, uh, every time someone puts like something in our Discord about late rounds, or we see people drafting late rounds, there is so much gold still on the board."
Yeah,
And
there's a
people are like,
lot.
just throw a dart. And we're like, oh my God, because there's people on Patreon who aren't signed up to Patreon. So we only offer like that fantasy hotline, the DMs to people who are with our, on our Patreon.
Yeah.
And we want so badly to be like, no, don't throw darts. These are the guys that you need. But let us know who's on the board. We always answer any questions. We're an open book on these live streams. If you want unlimited advice, that's through our Patreon, like a fantasy hotline. But we're an open book here. So who's on the board? Let us know. We'll tell you who to grab. That must mean I'm in the future. Yes, I believe Sean's in New Zealand.
Are you from New Zealand, bro?
Is New Zealand? This is probably a stupid question, but they're ahead of us
Yes.
significantly.
Mhm.
Okay.
I
So
think
Sean's just living in
depending on the
2023
time,
right now.
they're ahead by either 2 hours or an
Mm.
hour, like on the
Yeah.
time change.
Shout out to Akuli Boy. You sent a message, but then you retracted it, so I'm not sure what you wanted to say. But shout out to you. Thanks for being on the stream. Thanks to everyone who's watching right now. If you haven't dropped a like, show some love.
Mhm.
We're trying to get to 20 likes maybe on this live stream. It would be cool if we could reach it. I'm feeling relatively confident with how I've started this draft. I've got Chubb, Etienne, McLaren, Godwin, and Justin Herbert. I feel like this is still a young team. I'm not in a win now mode by any means. And I think I have a lot of flexibility going forward.
Yeah, I was looking at my team and I feel a little bit weird. Like I'm happy with the people I took, but I'm also like, I feel like my first three picks, four picks are like great in my opinion. Trey, maybe it was a little bit of a reach, but there wasn't any running backs that I was excited to take. I mean, I could have taken Kareem there. I could have taken a Miles Gaskin or Chris Carson. Chris Carson that went off the board at the 5'10". But obviously, this is Dynasty, so you're trying to play for the future. There's already a lot of reports that Trey Sermon is going to be starting soon. We're actually going to be doing a podcast about Trey in the Bay.
Ooh, yo,
So-
I'm excited about the podcast we're about to record after this episode.
Yeah.
This live stream.
So,
We started a new series and we thought, wow, there are so many players on the same team in the same position. And we need to talk about who's the guy that you need to own based off of where you can get them in the draft, based off of what people are saying in camp. And we started it last week, but those names let's be honest, the names last week weren't big.
no.
Now this week we're getting into the meat of it. Who's on there? It's
Trey,
Chris Godwin, Mike Evans.
Trey Sermon, Raheem Mostert, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis. I mean, that's just for tomorrow's podcast. We're going to be doing that series, I think, leading up to the season with so many more,
Big names.
Big names who you should be drafting. And if you guys don't know, check it out. This is the video on YouTube. It's kind of like draft stock. We're going to be looking at the teams that either have like running back by committee or two X wide receivers or two big wide receivers like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. So like, because there's times where like, man, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on the board, who should I be taking? Some people may find that easy. Some people may find that difficult.
Yeah, and that was because I'll be honest with you, bro. I spent like 4 hours on that last night. Legit, I'm not even kidding. I spent 4
Really?
hours because I wanted to have a solid answer going in, but and we'll talk about this on the podcast, but that was the hardest one for me to research, and I came up to a conclusion. I feel good about my conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out on our podcast, guys. The link is in the description of this video. If you watch on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, whatever it is, you can literally, go to the links down there, or you can just search Fantasyland Football on any podcast platform in the world. We're there.
Yeah, so a lot of videos will be coming out soon, and that podcast
Yeah.
is out already. So catch up on that podcast. The next podcast should be coming out later on tonight or in your morning for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. You're on the clock here.
Yes, I am. And it's kind of a tough position to be in, if I'm honest with you, because there's no one that screams, please draft me right now. That's a little bit difficult for me, if I'm honest, looking at the board right now.
Let's see all people that are.
I'm going to have to make a panic pick because I haven't properly prepared for this. So I'm going to go ahead and take Chase Claypool, and I hate it. I genuinely hate that. I shouldn't have done that.
No, it's all good.
That's when you panic pick and you focus on the chat. I'm trying to hype up the chat.
Come on, chat.
Who should I have taken there?
It really depends on where you want it to go.
Taken
well, let's not
Golladay,
talk about who you
should
be taking because I might take him.
Definitely not Kenny Golladay.
Definitely not Kenny G. I mean, you could take him. Maybe Tipo fan's gonna take him. But
Crypto Cowboy says rank 191 Ertz, rank 200 Gurley, Wallace, Hurst, Vaughn, Shepard, Brown, Swartz. 12 team, 27 man startup.
What the heck, bro? That is deep.
My guy's in a 27 team league.
That's deep, man.
Oh, 12 team, 27 players.
Oh, okay. How about this?
Tight end bonus as well. Top best 8 according to ADP. Okay. Well, none of those guys excite me. So
Schwartz.
Can you just
Schwartz is a young guy with the Browns now. Is he with the Browns?
Schwartz is okay, but tell us what rookies are on the board right now. Like what running back, tight end, and wide receiver rookies are on the board right now. Can you give us that, Crypto? Because we really want to help you because there is going to be value. If the name Noah Gray is not off the board yet, I'm not saying you have to reach just yet, but that is a guy that I would definitely be looking to scoop up. Noah Gray seems to be the heir apparent to Travis Kelce. And if you look at his tape from Duke, this guy could be the next Travis Kelce. I'm not saying he's as talented yet because he's not. He's a rookie. But that's a guy in a lot of my taxis for my Dynasty startups. But first, just tell us, who's all the rookies on the board right now at each position? And we'll tell you who we would be going for. Okay, so Stafford goes off the board. Then you grabbed Kenny and YG. Evans went off the board. By the way, Evans at the 7.1 is pretty insane.
Yeah,
this dude's
that's
still
great.
27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's attached to a really good quarterback. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, I like that pick.
Okay, so
Sean from New Zealand, I just want to point that out. He has a win now team, in my opinion. This is probably a weird mix of like these guys are all.
it is win now. Yeah.
But like he still has some years on his team, but it's definitely win now. Like Zeke can be gone in 2 years. Dalvin, I still think he has another 3 to 4. Joe, obviously, he just signed a big contract in Amari Cooper. I mean, that's definitely a win now team. It's just the future. I'm interested to see how he's gonna end up falling.
I get that. Yeah, we have it. I mean, there's always a couple people who are doing win now, which is good because you could win now, but you also have to think about the future, you know? So, I mean, the thing is, if you win year one, you're still a champion. So, you can be a hero, baby.
Oh, what a day, boys.
I can wash away the pain. What happened? Did you get some notification?
No, it was just... Shout out to people signing up for Patreon. It just really excites us, honestly.
That is really cool, man. I'm really excited for that.
It's really exciting the fact that like we're here now and like where we're at, where we started. It was just bands at first.
Right here, right now, right here. I'm getting Deshaun Watson in the 7th round.
Terrible pick.
Oh my god!
Terrible pick.
When he comes back, look. firstly, we just have to say this. We want justice to be served, whatever that means. Okay. But when he does come back, because I think he will, sheesh, that's one hell of a pick in the 7th round, my guy, in this Dynasty SuperFlex league.
I'm a really impatient person.
I know. I can tell.
I hate waiting on people. Like I can't. As much as I love Deshaun Watson, like as a player, I hate waiting for like an outcome and answer, because if I take him and nothing happens, it's like I knew I shouldn't have taken him. What a waste, you know. I wonder if people.
I mean, something is going to happen. It's just, can you be patient enough for it to happen? This isn't, I think the issue is people see the situation as it is and not as it will be. Wow, I just felt like I was freaking like a wizard right there. Just
a wizard.
But it's true. People see the situation as it is, not as it will be. The reality is, unfortunately, most people in sports who are professional athletes, if there are charges against them, there's a higher chance that they figure it out and move on than they don't. Okay? Again, I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying anything. We don't know the situation. But in saying that, Deshaun Watson's going to be back. Guys, this time next year, or even honestly, whenever this case is sorted, he's either going to be traded to a team, or next offseason he will find a new team. Either way, he's going to be on a new team.
You know what it's kind of like? The Le'Veon Bell situation. Remember when Le'Veon Bell held out? It's like, if someone takes...
That is completely wrong.
It feels like that for me.
I'm about to roast you.
It feels like that for me. I'm talking about it feels like that if you were to draft him and wait. Because a lot of people...
But the issue is that Le'Veon Bell was past his prime. And he was a running back. Which, like,
it just
a
felt
26-year-old running back, of course he's going to be, not who he was. Deshaun Watson is not even in his prime yet as a quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
So...
Makes sense. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, the quarterbacks are going off the board here, and I didn't even take my second quarterback, and I'm scared.
You're scared. Okay. Chase says you're crazy. I'm sure he's talking about me. Maybe he's talking about you. You got to tell us what I'm crazy about. Gator fan says, would you have drafted Fant instead of Woods if you were me, or is it okay to wait on tight end? So Fant instead of Woods. I
personally probably would have. If I had to tell you right now, Woods is older. Noah Fant is a top target on that team. Obviously, he does have some injury history. But I think I would have taken Noah Fant. I would have taken Noah Fant over Roberto Woods.
I'm not so solid. Like, I'm not a big Woods guy in Dynasty. I think there's not a wrong decision there, honestly, Woods between Fant, because as much as we love Fant, he's got to stay healthy. And Woods has stayed healthy his entire career. So I don't think there's a wrong answer there. I think it depends on what you want to not worry about later. Do you not want to worry about wide receiver depth, or do you not want to worry about tight end depth? There's still good tight ends on the board.
Yeah. I think Noah's going to be special, bro.
I was really hoping Damian Harris would fall to me.
And
now I'm sitting on the board, and honestly, there's just no one that I really like.
Okay.
Not like personally, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that does happen, where you just got to take the guy that you weren't expecting to. Kind of like Chase Claypool.
That was a mistake. I'll admit it. I can be your hero, baby.
There goes the LBN there. LBN is coming. It's coming out.
Oh no, is it?
Yeah, it's going in and out there, but it's okay. They can still hear you.
It's bad.
Shout out to LBN.
Can still hear me.
I bet you Sean probably knows what LBN is.
Bro, LBN is shit. It's pure shit. John Kovacs, what's up, my guy? John also signed up to Best of Both Worlds, so he's playing in both leagues this year, redraft and Dynasty.
Yeah, really excited about that. Hey, thank you so much, John. I don't know if we said that if you heard us say thank you, but thank you so much for signing up. We are really excited that you are in the league. We're pumped, man. We are pumped. Let's go. Fantasy football.
I know, bro. Hey, for real, if you're listening, the Dynasty League is almost full, guys. So if you want to play in the Dynasty League with us, if we have enough people to do a second one, we will do a second one. I imagine there could be, but we can't promise it. So if you do want to be a part of that Dynasty League, you need to go to patreon.com/fantasylandfam. The comment is pinned in the chat. It's also, you can see it in the description of this video. DM us with any questions. But yeah, man. I mean, don't miss out. Don't miss out.
Yeah.
So I took Rashad Bateman, and that's because I've wanted him on more of my teams. I haven't been able to grab him. I wasn't obsessed with any of the people on the board, so I went with Rashad Bateman over guys like Chenault, Pittman. I love Pittman. I just wanted someone different. But Terrace Marshall, right there, over a lot of names, bro. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's you really believe in that he's going to come in and make a huge impact as Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and there's talks Terrence Marshall is going to be that big XY receiver there. I don't know how fast he's going to be integrated into this offense, but I mean, look over a Tyler Lockett, Adam Thielen, a Tyler Boyd, Debo, the Moore brothers. I mean, there's still a lot of talent there. Not that Terrence Marshall isn't talented. We just don't know how he's going to be integrated into that offense, week one.
Apparently, this pick goes out to you, Badaki. That's what Chase said. He said the next pick goes out to Badaki. So let's see what it is.
Let's see. It's going to...
Oh,
Elijah Moore. Hey, be careful.
I love that pick.
Oh, be careful. Yo, it's going to be so hard to draft. This is what I need from everyone that's in every single league. I need you to put your team, your favorite, the team that you support in the NFL's name, so I know something.
Hey, that guy. I mean, Chase isn't a Jets fan. He just knows that we're obsessed with Elijah Moore.
No, but
so people know who we like,
bro.
We're gonna get sniped.
That's what I'm saying. I think Chase. Was it Chase that said he was a Giants fan?
Chase. I think he is a Giants fan.
No, that was Justin Young, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but like the people in our league, he said, yeah, he's a Giants fan, so I know who you like. Yo, shout out to the New York Football Giants, B. We coming up. That's why I took Danny Dimes. Careful, be careful. They don't believe in him. I do. Yeah, it's gonna be hard because.
Hey. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Ed, who's in this draft right now, he just sent us a message.
That's sick.
And he's switched to Best of Both Worlds, which is a tier where you can play in both leagues. My guy Ed coming through clutch. Okay, I mean, look, this league is getting filled up really quick, guys.
Yeah.
How many spots do we have left? Let me look.
I think there's only like 3 more spots.
Let's see.
Hold on, let me just check. 1, 2. We just got 2 people sign up, so 1, 2, 3. Technically 4 spots left.
4 spots left in this league. Wow. Okay, it's filling up. A big shout out to my guy Ed for signing up to Best of Both Worlds. That is the third option to play in leagues with us. You got the redraft if you want to play redraft only, Dynasty if you want to play Dynasty only, and then Best of Both Worlds, which is $5 more. Give you a nice little discount there. And he said, hell yeah, I'm in for both. So shout out to OJ Splash and shout out to our guy Ed, who's going to be joining us in both leagues. This is cool, bro. This is really exciting. I'm so excited.
Huge love. We cannot wait. We're pumped. Now they're going to be sniping. I'm going to just start giving you terrible advice, guys. Not jokes. It's all love. Because everyone's going to have who I want. But even I still like my team. If it's really something like this, bro, we're going to have to do so much. Like, we're going to have to be giving out, the draft order. Yeah. Oh, let us know how you. I don't know if you guys have any cool way, to do like a randomized drafting. What we do is usually we just put a name in a hat, and we put a number in the hat, and we pick out a name and then a number, and then that's your draft order. Is there any other cool way or idea that you guys have that's like obviously really simple, but just different, so it can be fun and interactive for people? Let us know. Put it in the chat or put it in the Discord if you're in there, because we can kind of make that fun as well. And we will be drafting live on YouTube as we get closer to the season. Instead of it being a mock draft on one of these days, it will probably be a real draft. So look out for that.
Yeah. And I just want to let you know, I can be your hero, baby.
He's got a shot this year. I'm excited.
I
Yeah.
can wash away
That's what I'm
the
saying.
pain. I don't know why that stuck in my head.
I have no idea.
Hey, seriously though, like everyone who's believing in us, signing up to these leagues, it is slightly overwhelming to know that that many people believe in what you're doing. So thank you so much. It actually does mean so much. Thank you, Ed, for playing in both leagues. Thank you, Steven, for signing up to the Dynasty League today. We're excited, man, and we can promise you that these are going to be active, reliable leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what about pull name from a hat and they have so long to choose their position? Hmm, that's interesting. What we'll do is we will when the league is full, I'm gonna
You're
send a
breaking up a
message
little
out to
bit,
that
just
league on.
FYI. So
Sorry.
it's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little slower, please.
Okay, so let me know if you can't hear me. But I'm thinking what we'll do is I'll send is when you sign up to our leagues, you get obviously the exclusive Discord. So I send a message to that Discord channel when we have the league
Oh my
full.
gosh, you're kidding me.
Emergency.
I'm muting myself, y'all.
This is a fucking mess. This is a mess.
Evacuate now. Evacuate.
See, if you can't hear me, then we're screwed. If LB and we need you right now, please, my Wi-Fi, I need you to work right now.
I'm not leaving. I'm
Oh
staying.
my god. Anyway, we're gonna ask everyone who joins the league, hey, how do you want us to decide the positions? And whatever is the way that most people want to do it, we'll do it that way. We're pretty excited for it though. And then we're gonna actually do the live draft on YouTube. So it's gonna be pretty exciting. We will switch to 30-second picks. Yes, we will. Let's see. About to switch to 30-second picks. I can be your hero, baby. I just realized I'm the only one here. Badaki's literally has a fire alarm going right now. I mean, this day could not get any more complicated. My camera stopped working. I'm literally this is the camera you see me on is literally my MacBook Pro. I just have it propped up because my other camera did not work today. And now Badaki's got a fire alarm and my Wi-Fi is working. It's an absolute mess today. Let's hope that we stay in there for you. Okay, I want to solidify my third quarterback here. The quarterback I really like is still on the board. That's Mac Jones. I'm happy with that pick. Oh shoot. Hold on. I forgot to change it to 30 seconds. Let's change it to 30 seconds. Here we go. Updated and resume draft. 30-second picks now. Ryan, he said, I thought I missed out on the stream. Glad I made it. Shout out to you, my guy. We're glad that you're here. If you guys are just joining us, my camera shit itself this morning. My Wi-Fi is shitting itself every 5 minutes. Badaki's in a fire alarm right now, and we are just trying to keep this stream together. So you guys are really the reason this stream is okay at the moment. We appreciate everyone. Crypto Cowboys. Okay, I'm back. That's a lot of rookies. So I'll give you the top 6 running back, wide receiver, and tight end. I already have 2 rookie quarterbacks and 1 rookie running back. All right, bro. Hit us. We want to help you out. Shout out to the 16 people watching the stream. If you can show us some love, drop a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. That's just going to help us reach more people. Ooh, I took a risk. I really wanted Gus Edwards to fall to me, but I knew that Mac Jones would not be there either. And that's what happens when you take a risk. Sometimes you get burnt. Am I right? Are you still just shake your head yes or no? Are you still can you hear me? And are you still in a fire alarm? Yes, both of those things are true right now. Yeah, Gus going off the board, that hurts because I really wanted Gus on my team. I only have 2 running backs. It's so hard to trust running backs later on in the draft. There's still a couple guys I got my eye on. I can't say though because it will ruin it. Chase also wanted Gus. It's a cold world, man. It's a cold world. Cold world. You know what I was listening to the other day? J. Cole's first, not his first album. What was that album where he kind of blew up? Let me remember what it is. But I was listening to it, I was like, damn, this was such a good album. Because it wasn't even. So I know Born Sinner. Yeah, Born Sinner. That was the album. That was a pretty damn good album. Go ahead and say it, Zach. I won't snipe it. I can't trust anyone. I have to keep my mouth closed because there's people that I want, but I know y'all freaking. I know what y'all doing. I know how y'all scheming. You think I don't know, but I know. Oh, I'm pretty okay with his team at the moment, but that's the loudest alarm ever. Is it still going on? Can you hear it? Can you hear me? Okay. Hey guys. Oh, you son of a bitch. Damn it. Okay. You sneaky son of a bitch. Oh my god, that sucks ass. That really sucks ass. All right, let's get some more wide receiver talent. I really wanted Darnell Henderson. And I am more and more convinced that Darnell Henderson's going to play a big role in this offense with Cam Akers. Cam Akers will be the lead back. But, I mean, I do think Darnell Henderson's going to have a big role. I think this is more of a running back by committee than we realize. I was hoping to scoop him up just then, and Chase absolutely sniped me. Headshot. It was a headshot for playing Call of Duty. Like, I had no chance. Headshot. No chance to put plates on. I was dead. And unfortunately, that happens. That happens. I took a risk. And I'll just clarify. We view Cam Akers so differently to Darnell Henderson. But can we please remember, these are both second-round running backs. They were both selected in the second round of the draft. So they spent just as much draft capital on Henderson than they did Cam Akers. And I feel like we have to be careful relying on trends from Mike Shanahan later in years. Do you remember when everyone was on the Tyler Higbee train last year because of a trend from the previous year? Be very careful. Be careful. Zach, can you do a Badaki impression and explain his pick?
No need because I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
Literally just turned off. I do, bro. I don't know how. Why is it so? Imagine that sound at like 3:00 in the morning, and then you're like, "What the hell is going on?" And you're running. You're like, "This building is actually on fire. I need to leave." And you go outside, like, "Oh, guys, false alarm." What?
You know what, though? So we have fire alarms at our apartment as well, and they happen multiple times every week. And it's gotten to the point where I'm fully convinced if there ever was a fire in my apartment, I would not know it, and I would probably die.
100%. That's how I felt. I was like, I know it happens so often that like I know that there's no point of leaving. That's why I didn't leave.
I literally said to Karina, my wife, I was like, if there's a fire, we're just gonna die. Like, babe, if there's actually a fire, we will die because we're not gonna know that the fire alarm is real or not because it happens so often.
Bro,
it's like the boy who cried wolf.
We need to have like a fire alarm audio if there's an actual fire alarm when we go live and we're together. Does that make sense?
No.
Like, we need to have like a pre-recording. Hey guys, a fire alarm is currently happening. Please stay on the live.
Yeah. Hey guys, just so you're aware, there's currently a fire alarm. No need to fear.
Yeah, we'll be right back once the fire alarm is off. As you can see, we're still here.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, like I was saying, I really wish I grabbed Darnell Henderson before.
Darnell Henderson, yeah.
Next up.
Yeah, I panic picked there with Corey Davis.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna ask you about that.
No,
that's not something you typically do.
No, I definitely panic picked there. I don't know who I would have gotten or who would have thought. I would have planned ahead to take somebody else. But
it is really hard to draft properly on the live streams, I feel like when we do these actual drafts with everyone, with our follower leagues, we're gonna have to be a little bit more focused on our draft boards.
Yeah, I mean,
Time and resources. What's up, my guy? He's talking about AJ Dillon. Where did AJ Dillon go off the board? He went to the board at the 9-1. What's up, Time and Resources? Welcome to the stream. All right, Crypto Cowboys got some answers for us. Running back Jefferson from Detroit. Evans, I like Evans. Herbert, Dokes, Patterson, which is in Washington, and Puka Williams. You're probably surprised to know all these names, but I know these names. Don't stress. Wide receiver Tylan Wallace, Schwartz, Fitzpatrick, Powell is a good guy.
is he asking like who he should be taking?
Yeah,
Right there?
there's no way that's Irv Smith, right? Like, if that's Irv Smith from Minnesota, I don't think it is. But if that's Irv Smith and he's still available, you have to grab Irv Smith that late in the draft. Oh shit, I am on.
Oh, bro, sorry. I wasn't paying
Panic
attention.
Yeah. So I'll say what I would take from out of these guys. It's the other guy. Okay, that is my bad. So my instant reaction is Chris Evans. But firstly, Tylan Wallace has to be the guy. Tylan Wallace and then Chris Evans for me. Out of those guys that are available, who would you be taking, Badaki, though?
Sorry, I'm on the clock now. Give me 2 seconds. The first guy I thought of was... Did you say Chuba was on there? Patterson, Wallace, Swartz, Fitzpatrick, Powell.
Have a look through all those rookies that are currently available for him. Personally, I would be going Tylan Wallace. Tylan Wallace is extremely talented. He should have been a much higher draft pick. Remember when we were scouting Tylan Wallace? That was one of our favorite wide receivers to scout this offseason out of Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
I personally would go Tylan first and then Chris Evans second. I think Evans is a really talented guy, and he has a chance to carve out a role, especially if Joe Mixon somehow injures himself again.
I'm panicking. Are we
Devontae
going to
Bacca.
18 rounds today?
Should we? Let us know in the chat.
I mean, it's hella long here. I don't know if we want to do all that. Look,
Tight ends are Trimble, McKitty, Long, Gray. Okay,
well, Gray, that's the guy that you would
got to
say.
snatch up Noah Gray, but I think you can wait a little bit longer. I would go Wallace first. Tylan Wallace. Out of all the list of the people there, I would go Tylan Wallace. I would then snatch up Noah Gray. This is a guy who could be, in the future, Travis Kelce. I'm not saying he will be, but it's a perfect taxi spot guy. And I'm on the clock again, damn it.
Always on the clock here. Yeah, I think I would. Damn it,
On
man,
the
'cause
clock,
that's my tight end.
riding around with
Sorry,
the
Chase.
rock.
Took it.
St. Brown over Hollywood. That seems like a stretch in his opinion. So let's see. Yep, St. Brown at the 11-2, and then Marquise Brown at the 12-7. Look, I'll let you say your piece first, but I don't hate the pick, and you go ahead. I'll just quickly say that was one of our favorite players to draft. It was Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Over. Hold on. All day for me.
Hollywood.
Yeah, look, I think that I probably understand where you're coming from with Hollywood. Now that they have Rashad Bateman, Hollywood stock just kind of rises a little bit. I think there's going to be opportunity for him. He's really going to play the role that he should have been playing for the past couple years in that offense. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be the slot receiver. Bashad Perryman, Tyrell Williams is absolutely nothing to me in the Detroit wide receiver room. Amon-Ra St. Brown, in my opinion, will be wide receiver number one coming into a role like in the next couple of years. I see a lot more. There's a lot more upside for me in Amon-Ra St. Brown rather than Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. And I'll quickly touch on the Jared Goff thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as much as you can hate Jared Goff, what has he done? He's only supported Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp to fantasy stardom for the past almost 4 years.
Yeah.
So as much as there is disrespect to Jared Goff, I mean, he has done exactly what you needed him to do. Let's not forget when Cooper Kupp was a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. I mean, this is also a reason why people are excited about TJ Hawkinson this year. Jared Goff can absolutely support fantasy relevant wide receivers. So
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, and I think as resources, Hollywood is built to be a number 2 wide receiver. If Bateman is the guy, 100%, and I completely agree. That's why I think Hollywood Brown's stock does rise. But I'm going with the longevity, with the upside. Lamar, he hasn't so far made a wide receiver fantasy relevant besides Mark Andrews. Hollywood Brown, he finished top 20 when he first came in, which is fine. That's great.
I think he was top 24. I can't remember.
It wasn't like amazing, but Jared Goff has support, like Zach said, a Cooper Kupp, a Robert Woods, and I see those upside with an Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like who, if you had to compare, like Amon-Ra St. Brown is Cooper Kupp or Robert Woods, in my personal opinion. So I'm not saying, and like he says, like you think is St. Brown is on Woods Cup level. I don't think he's on their level, not talent wise. No, absolutely not.
I disagree. I think he is personally.
I would
when I scouted him, I think he could be like. Are we talking about his upside? Because his upside is a better. He could be a better wide receiver than those guys. That's his upside.
I'm talking about his upside in the fact that like he has the potential to be those guys. A workload like those guys. Can he be better or as good as a Cooper Kupp and or Robert Woods? I think so, but I'm not saying. I don't want to say that. Like I don't think Hollywood Brown can do that. Not with Lamar, in my opinion. Obviously, they're different receivers, but it just really depends on who you like, and we can agree to disagree. And I like those guys, so.
So OJ Splashing, he's saying, how do I get off auto pick? You go to Q because there's a chat roster and a Q tab on Sleeper. Go to Q and there's an auto pick slider. Click it off, and then you'll be off auto pick. But like we say very often, when people disagree with our takes, that's totally okay. The reality is there are hundreds and hundreds of players, and in a dynasty league, there's so much room for you to interpret things the way that you see it. So that is totally okay. I mean, I don't have a question in my mind that I would go St. Brown over Hollywood Brown. But that's just because of how much I love the player. Yeah. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love his opportunity. I love where he's been placed, a place where there is no one to compete for those targets in the future. And I think Goff is a good enough quarterback to get him some decent value.
Yeah. Golfer, how long will the picks be during Dynasty Startup? I think it would be this. It would be 60 seconds throughout the whole thing, correct?
Yeah, 60 seconds.
I just got auto picked. Gosh, that happened so fast.
Yeah, it'll be 60 seconds. I mean, we will clarify with everyone. At the end of the day, we want everyone to be happy with what we decide. So I believe it will be 60 seconds, but that's kind of what we're leaning towards.
It's going to be a long draft for sure. Like, remember that this will probably be a 2. Yeah. Like,
and by the way, just quickly on Amon-Ra St. Brown, I want to clarify. I'm not saying that he is guaranteed to be better than Woods or Kupp. I'm not saying that. I'm saying his upside at this point is he could be. Honestly, I kind of view him as like he could be what Juju never was. That's the talent level that he has. So take it, leave it. I understand if you don't agree. There is so much room for interpretation and for opinions in the Dynasty League.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take my boy Brevin Jordan here, another guy I really like out of Houston. Not the team I wanted him to land in, but also there's no one there to steal targets from him.
We were surprised of like how far he fell in the draft.
Yeah,
Brevin. Yeah, he went like in the last rounds there, and we were like,
he was our second tight end. Like, he
was my third tight end. I think he was your second potentially.
He was my second. He was your third. You had Freiermuth ahead of him. I had Jordan ahead of him. That's just because I think in fantasy, Brevin Jordan's like the, he has the better body to be more fantasy relevant tight end. It's always weird talking about players' bodies. Um, I don't mind waiting on a rookie to develop. I picked up rookies Kellen Mond and Kyle Trask. Yeah, I mean, I think Mond and Trask are really good, like super late picks in a dynasty league. I don't think they're guys that you should spend high capital on, but I agree. You know, it's good, especially if you have a taxi squad in dynasty. It's good to have guys like that to wait on.
Yeah.
Just checking, we're doing all 18 rounds. We'll probably start doing draft grades now.
Yeah,
I think the upside for St. Brown is probably a top end, but I think there is a high chance he busts because he doesn't get developed properly. Yeah, that you could be very right, bro. You could be very right about St. Brown. You know what though? Here's what I would encourage everyone to do. If you haven't watched the Detroit Lions draft, like behind the scenes, the Lions did a good one. The Jets did a good one. Who else did a good one? The Broncos did a good one. You guys should go on YouTube and watch these guys behind the scenes at the draft. It's so entertaining, and you get to kind of see how they view these players. But the same way we talk about the New York Jets, we have to give them a chance. It's a new regimen entirely, new coaching staff. We have to give the Jets a chance. The same can be said with the Detroit Lions. Whole new coaching staff, whole new system they're going to be putting in place, whole new personnel. You have to give them a chance to develop players. We can't continue to look at franchises the way we used to, because if we did, Miami Dolphins, we would all still look at them differently. But they got brand new coaching staff, whole new system, and they rebuilt. And now it's a team that we respect. So you have to give them the time of day to have that chance.
He's funny. What? He was just like, I've watched the Lions for 25 years. They ain't changing. For sure. I mean, like...
Now, you know what? The Jets fans will be in a very similar boat with you, my guy. Very similar boat. But there's only one team I'm more excited to watch than the Jets this year, and that's my Washington football team. I love the Jets this year. So we have to give these teams a chance to change.
Yeah. I say this round, we'll just end it here. Not end it, but like we'll stop the draft and then we can give draft grades because I feel like just kind of there's not that there's no point, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Okay, and somebody say something in the chat. I don't even see the chat on here today. Let's see. Hi. Let's see if you see that, bro.
That's funny.
Daryl Henderson also is a steal at the 11-4. I agree. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Sean's pretty happy with his win now strategy. All right, let's give out. If you guys have questions in the chat, please drop them in the chat. We're going to answer all those questions right after this. Let's give draft grades. Do you want to go first, Badaki?
Yeah, I'm just going to put somebody on queue. Taking Tevin Coleman. Okay. If you just want to stop it there on my thing, we can just go there. We'll just start giving out draft grades. William Wonka. We'll get that draft grade here. Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Derek Carr. Good, decent quarterbacks there. And Derek Carr being that third guy for you. I think that's great. Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, James Conner, and Alexander Madison. It's a little weak there, especially Derrick Henry in the third. In my opinion, is a little bit too early, especially in the dynasty. I personally would have taken Javonte. Hold on. A Dobbins. You know, Etienne went, a Monty went, a Swift went over Derrick Henry. I get it why you took Derrick Henry, but I guess you know how we feel about Derrick Henry in Dynasty, and if you don't, the mileage on him is a little bit wear and tear, I think, already. D-Hop, Mike Evans, Terrence Marshall, Michael Gallup, Mike Williams, AB, decent. I'm not 100% excited with this team. I think Michael Gallup, like Zach always says, he's a good wide receiver that can be moved to another team soon.
I love Gallup in Dynasty. I love his value.
Yeah. I think Terrence Marshall, like Zach said, it was a little bit too early. There's still Elijah Moore, Thielen. I think I would have gone with all those guys over Terrence Marshall. And then Travis Kelce, only tight end. Technically, obviously, you took somebody in the late rounds, but it doesn't really matter.
I don't know if that was an auto draft or not either.
Yeah, true. It's a decent team. I'm not truly excited. I'm going to give this a B-. I think, maybe it's a win-now team. Hopkins, Mike Evans, Henry, Jones, Kelce, Mahomes. We wouldn't have gone Kelce in the 2-3, either.
Yeah, in Dynasty.
Yeah, not in Dynasty.
That's not a popular opinion, though, so we get it if people see it differently. All right. What was the grade?
B minus.
Okay. All right. So let's go team 3 because we're not going to give each other grades.
Yeah, true. I forgot about that. My bad.
All right. So this is Tebow fan. We got Kyler Murray, Tua Tagovailoa, Jordan Love, Taysom Hill. Nice quarterback room there. Your wide receivers are Justin Jefferson, Michael Thomas, Robert Woods, Laviska Shenault, Gabe Davis, and Amari Rogers. Your running backs are J.K. Dobbins, Austin Eckler, Mike Davis, Gus Edwards, Latavius Murray. Your tight ends are Jonnu and Anthony Fursker. It's a pretty good team. I mean, you waited on running backs, and you still got a decent room. I think the issue is the longevity of that room. So, again, this is not a popular opinion, okay? But with Austin Eckler, we are a little bit worried about him in Dynasty than your average person. Still has a good 3 years left, but he would be a guy I would personally be looking to trade after this year. So you can capitalize on that. Just make sure you capitalize. Davis, only really a 1-year rental. Edwards is good value where you got him. I like your wide receiver room. Good mix of depth and youth. This is a good team. I really, really like this team. Obviously, tight end is the only weakness, but I really believe in Jonnu Smith. So this is actually an A minus for me. This is an A minus. This is a good team.
Have fun.
So yeah, Chase,
brother. All right, CMC. I think you know what we felt about that. We would have gone a quarterback first. So CMC, Kareem Hunt, Trace Edmonds, Henderson, and Chuba Hubbard. It's a little weak there in my opinion. You know, like I think this is. I don't know, man. I mean. I like to have a little bit more depth. Obviously, Henderson and Chubb there as your backup for CMC. Sorry, Chubb is there.
There's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not 100% confident in this. But your wide receiver room is a lot better. DK, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Moore, McCole Hardman, and Dwayne Eskridge. I love it. This is an A wide receiver room in my personal opinion. And then your quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts in the 4th. I know Zach person doesn't like that. He doesn't like Jalen Hurts at all. Well, you will say that, right? You don't like Jalen Hurts at all? Yeah. He doesn't.
Not in Dynasty.
He doesn't like Jalen Hurts at all in Dynasty. I have a little soft spot for him. I personally don't mind that pick. I think Jalen Hurts could have a good upside. Baker Mayfield, Matt Ryan, obviously those guys will play for a long time. So just in case it doesn't work out with Hurts, you have those guys. Tyler Higbee is your tight end. Your team, I think, could have been better if you would have went quarterback first. You would have went quarterback, running back, but like I said, the wide receiver room is the A+. It's probably the strongest wide receiver room in this draft, in my personal opinion. I'm going to give this a B flat. I think there's upside, but there is a lot of question marks in your running back room.
Yeah. All right. So, did you just do Chase? Yeah, I'll do Cole Worrell.
Yeah, make sure you put your questions in the comments now or in the chat now because we're going to do Q&A after.
Q&A at the end. All right, we got Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, Mike Glennon, the X Factor.
The X Factor. Don't sleep on
the
him.
future starter of the New York Football Giants. Running backs, you got Antonio Gibson, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Melvin Gordon, Tariq Cohen. I like that you've got Gainwell with Sanders. There's some safety there. Your wide receivers are Allen Robinson, Jerry Jeudy, Juju, Adam Thielen, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Jalen Reagor. Decent wide receiver room. A good mix of depth, young and veterans. You got Kyle Pitts, which I love. I don't think it's too early where you got him. You also got Adam Troutman, which is a great pick that late. I think Troutman blows up this year. Like not physically, just like in the game. I don't know why that needed to be said.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, this is a good team. I like this team. Let me just look. I mean, outside of Gibson and Sanders, your running back room is pretty weak. Melvin Gordon doesn't excite me at all in Dynasty. I mean, just not a guy I'm looking to grab. You could have gotten Hines. You could have gotten Mostert, Pollard. So I think that is a bad pick in my opinion. We're pretty harsh on Gordon here, though. We don't think he's got much left in the tank. If Rodgers comes back this year, you've got a pretty good team to start off with. But the other issue is, what if he doesn't? You got Ben Roethlisberger and Mike Glennon. So there's some pretty clear weaknesses on this team. It's your quarterback room and it's your running back depth. So this is going to be a B flat for me. Good team, really logistic ways to improve. So hope that helps.
Okay. 7. Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold. That's great there, in my personal opinion. Alvin Kamara, James Robinson, Naeem Hines, Mitchell, Chris Evans. It's great. I think you know how we felt about James Robinson. There's a lot of uncertainty there in our opinion. Naeem Hines, I love that pick, He can be that PPR monster, the running back by committee. Who knows? In Indianapolis, Calvin Ridley, Jamal Chase, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Kadarius Toney, Denzel Mims. I don't mind it. Calvin Chase, that's nice. Moore, decent. Samuel is good upside there. Kadarius Toney, a couple 2-3 years. Denzel Mims could be a sleeper. Be careful. Be careful. TJ Hawkinson. And then you got Brevin Jordan and Tommy Tremble there at the bottom. Oh, Anthony Schwartz. Sorry, I haven't been scrolling down past couple of times. I don't mind this team. I think this is a good team. I think probably the weakest part for me will be a running back room, Kamara, and then I wouldn't know who to start. Maybe James as your RB2, but I'm not excited to start James Robinson. So I'm gonna give this a B flat as well. I like the team, but I'm not in love with it.
Okay.
Splash.
OJ splashing. Bang! Y'all watching the finals?
Bang! Bang! Bang!
Splash. Okay, so firstly, shout out to OJ. Shout out to Ed, who just joined Best of Both Worlds. He was already in the redraft league, and he said, you know what? I'm going to play in both leagues. I'm going to play in both leagues. Big shout out to you, bro. Hey, quick plug. If you want to join a league with us, these leagues are filling up. Patreon.com/FantasylandFam. It is the comment that is pinned in the chat. Let's grade your team. Trevor Lawrence, Kellen Mond. All right. That's your quarterbacks. That's it. Najee Harris, David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs, Michael Carter back, Damian Harris. This is a strong running back room. Your wide receivers are Devonta Smith, Julio Jones, Deebo Samuel, Henry Huggs, Brandon Cooks, and Jacoby Meyer. Your tight ends are Gesicki, Hunter Henry, Pat Freiermuth, Noah Gray. Okay. Clear weakness on this team is your quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to formulate how to say it. It's a super flex league, so you really want at least 2 quarterbacks that you can start each week. Right now, you got Trevor Lawrence and Kellen Mond. So
look, let me ask you a question. Maybe this might be a long question, but if you do go one quarterback style, you don't expect.
No, firstly, there's never a good answer to this. Go ahead.
You do go one quarterback, right? Like OJ did with Kellen Mond as a future. You hope that there's going to be another quote unquote guy coming in next year.
This is never the answer.
You're not a win now team.
No.
It's hard.
I know you're playing devil's advocate, but that's not the answer. Because you're at a disadvantage. Quarterbacks always have the best chance to score the most points because they're always the most involved player on on any field.
You heard that, Ed?
And you could have grabbed a bunch of quarterbacks later on. You didn't. This is what you need to do differently. Grab another quarterback much earlier with your first quarterback. You're going to be at a massive disadvantage in this league because you're only going to be able to start one quarterback for the entire first year. And in that super flex spot, you really, really want a quarterback, guys. That's what you really want, a guy that you can rely on. Your running back room is great. Wide receiver room is okay. Julio Jones, who knows how long he has left. So after that, you're really banking on Smith, Deebo Samuel, and Ruggs. So the clear weaknesses for me on this team is your quarterback room, your wide receiver depth, and then tight end. So there's a lot of work to do here. I love the running backs that you got, but this in a dynasty, there's a lot of work still to do. So this is a C+ team for me. And again, we're just going to be honest. This is just our thoughts. We could be wrong. But yeah, very logistic ways to improve. Grab a second quarterback much earlier. Um, and then however you want to go with the tight ends and wide receivers, but they could be better.
Okay. Daniel, JT, Cam Akers, Raheem, the Dream, and Herbert down at the bottom there. I like this. This is great team. I think the depth lacks a little bit, but it's still decent. JT and Cam Akers, that's a smash start there in my opinion. Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Rondell Moore, Will Fuller, Josh Palmer, 25, Fab, and Cole Beasley. I like this team. I like that wide receiver room. I think there's good youth and veterans there. You got Tyreek in the 3.9. Crazy. Okay, number one, you still got a top 3 tight end in the Waller.
And my wonder wall.
And you also got Ryan Tannehill, Zach Wilson, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Jimmy G. I think you probably got auto pick towards there at the end. But I mean, from all the way to Raheem, that's clean, bro. This is a good strategy.
Yeah.
If you go running back first in a dynasty, and then solidifying that quarterback room as well. You get Ryan Tannehill and a young gun, and you get JT and Cam Akers. That's crazy.
My only worry just quickly is the running back room.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. There's not much depth. And also, Akers isn't someone I'm going to take over Harris, Kamara, Gibson. So,
yeah.
That's where we see it differently a little bit. But that's actually the only weakness.
Yeah.
That right there.
I like this team a lot. I'm going to give this a B+.
If it was a better running back room, would it be the A's?
I think if he would have gotten a Pollard maybe over Raheem with the upside, maybe I mean, you can't really ask for too much.
Push the envelope too much. But
Yeah,
what if it was like
much,
Ronald Jones instead of a Cooper Kupp? Maybe that could put him over.
Yeah, that would put him over. A Harris over Deontay potentially as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it just really depends. But Ronald Jones is nice. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a little bit more sense. But this is nice. This is a good team. This is a B+, maybe A- for you.
Yeah. If the running backs were there, this could be the best team. But the running backs are not there. All right, King is dead. He was King Adams. Now the king is dead. He's realized there is a divorce coming in Green Bay, unfortunately. All right, you got Justin Fields, Joe Burrow. I'm surprised you took Fields that early. You took Fields over Wilson. I don't know that I can get there yet, but it's good that you still got Burrow. I personally would have taken Wilson over Fields, but there's just more knowns. Anyway, Newton and Locke, your wide receivers are Devontae Adams, T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle, OBJ, Nelson Aguilar. Your running backs are Chris Carson, who is your running back 1. This is where this team extremely falls off. Chris Carson is your RB1. Ronald Jones, your RB2. Fournette, you locked up the Tampa Bay backfield for now. You got Pollard and Jamal Williams. Your tight ends are George Kittle, Evan Ingram, and Trey McKitty. So the clear weakness on this team is the running back room, right? It's pretty obvious. Chris Carson's a guy who really only has this year guaranteed if you actually look at his contract in depth. But after that, he is likely going to be on this team for 2 years. After that, it's hard to say what value he has going forward. Ronald Jones, will they re-sign him? We don't know. Fournette, will he have a role outside of Tampa Bay? We don't know. So this running back room, I think you have the weakest one in the entire draft. And that's what happens when you go 2 quarterbacks early and then you don't take a running back until the 5th round. So you're great everywhere except for running backs, but that's a pretty crucial part of the game to be good at. So this is going to be a B-. There's no running backs I can really count on long-term on this team. Ways to improve. I would have taken Wilson over Fields. I would have taken the known over the unknown. I probably would have taken a running back where you took Adams because there's more wide receiver depth. You could have had a Swift there. There's a bunch of players you could have had instead. And then I would have taken my wide receivers late because there's more depth. So that's the changes I would have made.
Okay.
Badaki?
Yeah. Decent. Jack.
I mean, I'm saying go next team.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like, well, what do you want to change? Say, Swifty, Miles Gaskin, Zach Moss, and Singletary, and Javion Hawkins. That's decent. You know, you lock up backfield there for Buffalo, whoever's going to be that RB, the running back there. You got Javion Hawkins, which is my upside guy. I love Miles Gaskin, Swifty, and ooh, that's nice. You got Trey in the Bay. You got Carson Wentz, Jameis Winston, and Kyle Trask. I don't mind that. I think that's decent. Hopefully, those guys can start as soon as possible. At least Trey Lance can. Hopefully, Winston wins that job. You got Diggs, Keenan Allen, Russell Gage, Nico Collins, Kirk Cousins, and Jameson Crowder. I think that's probably the weakest, but you do have your strong wide receivers in Diggs and Keenan, but it falls off in the depth. Nico Collins is great. Russell Gage is great. The rest for me just kind of falls off. And then you got Noah Fan, Irv Smith. I like this team. This is a decent team. This is a B+ for me. There's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of depth, or a lot of depth in every other position besides the wide receiver position, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even though you have depth technically, but like there's no way you're starting Kirk Cousins, Jameson Crowder, in my opinion. So, this is a B+.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what can change for me to give it an A. I'm trying to think.
Why are we talking about Kirk Cousins?
Was it Kirk Cousins? Did I say? James.
Yeah.
I said Jameis Winston. Did I?
You said Kirk Cousins, but I mean, why wouldn't he start Jameis Winston if he was a starter?
Trey Lance and Carson Wentz. I feel like you're gonna be switching from Carson to Jameis week to week there.
Yeah, that's all right. Anyway, what's the grade?
B+.
Okay, Sean. Shout out to Sean. Sean is in our Dynasty League. We're excited to have him. You can join our leagues with the comment that's pinned in the chat, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. They are filling up quick, people. Don't miss out.
Oh, boy.
All right, Sean. Sean went with a very clear win now mode. Okay, so his quarterbacks are Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Jared Goff. That's a good 3 quarterbacks that you can rely on in a win now mode. The issue is the future of your quarterback room, right? When Brady goes, how long will Goff be a starting quarterback? So those are the clear issues when you do win now mode. Your running backs are Dalvin Cook, Zeke Elliott, Joe Mixon, David Johnson. Your wide receivers are Amari Cooper, DJ Chark, Robbie Anderson, Tyler Boyd, Jarvis Landry, T.Y. Hilton, Tutu, Marvin Jones. Your tight ends are Mark Andrews, Bobby Tani Trees, and Gronk. This is a pretty good team. If the objective is to win now, you've done well, right? I mean, you have 3 running backs who could be all top 12 running backs this year in redraft leagues with Dalvin Cook, Zeke Elliott, and Joe Mixon. You've got wide receivers you can rely on in Amari, Robbie Anderson, Tyler Boyd. You've got Mark Andrews, who could be a top 5 tight end. You've got Tom Brady, Russell Wilson. Both of these guys could finish in the top 6. I'm not saying they will. I think Tom Brady definitely will. But both of these guys could finish top 6. This is definitely a team that could win now. Is there another team that you look at that you think, they could win now, but this other team is in a better position? I can't say that I can find another team that's in a better position to win now.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If the goal is to win now, you've done well. This is an A team. If the goal is to have a team for the longevity of Dynasty, this is more of a B- because there is good pieces, but I don't see young depth anywhere, right? I mean, honestly, Tutu Atwell is the only young guy on this team. So in a dynasty, it's a much harder team to project long term, but you will have a chance to win in the first 2 years. So, yeah, I'm going to give that team a B- for the future of dynasty, but an A if you're trying to win now.
Sounds like a master plan here. All right, Q&A, guys. Put your questions in the chat. We're going to bring ourselves back up. We're going to talk about it.
Yes, sir. All right, let's start from the top down.
Where's Wash the Lions? Yeah, that's my first time doing Dynasty, so it's a crash course for me. I have way more redraft experience. Okay, Sermon in the 5th seems a little early.
Thurman in the fifth. So you took him over Chris Carson, Myles Gaskin, Michael Carter, Kareem Hunt. I mean, none of those running backs I wouldn't rather have any of those guys than Trey Sermon.
Yeah.
So I get it. I mean, I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, I'm
I
comfortable.
think
I'm comfortable with it as well. I think that's the reason why I took him, because I wasn't excited to have a Chris Carson. If Chris Carson only has a 2-year deal, well, he's going to go after that. Trey Sermon, even if he doesn't start this year, and I'm guaranteed 4 years from Trey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Myles Gaskin, uncertainty. Michael Carter, I love Michael Carter. If he would have fell to me, or if let's say Trey Sermon was off the board, Michael Carter probably would have been my 5.2, and that sounds crazy, but I probably would have done something like that. All right. AJ Dillon picks Madden Morris since K. The draft resumed. By the way, Wheel of the Names is the best way to pick order.
Ed, tell us what that means. Send us a DM. What is Wheel of Names? Tell us. We need to know. Sean said, could you compare different win now teams? I think you are in the best position, is the conclusion that we came up to win now. It's not close. In Superflex redraft, how do you getting balance at both running back and quarterback, especially since they can both dry it pretty fast? I think in a redraft Superflex, you should probably approach it pretty similar to how we do Dynasty. Just don't think about the future as much, right? I mean, get your quarterbacks and running backs early. I feel like in the first 4 rounds, you should have 2 quarterbacks and 2 running backs. Or at least 2 running backs and 1 quarterback in the first 4 rounds. But I'd say by the 6th round, you absolutely need to have your second quarterback. But you need to make sure you're drafting based off of tiers. So don't draft a quarterback just to have him. Make sure he's in the tier that you're comfortable with. But I would say in the first 5 rounds, I would absolutely have 2 quarterbacks and 2 running backs at that point. Do you agree?
Yeah, completely agree.
Okay. I would never take Ronald Jones over Harris over Cup, Deontay. Those running backs are in very questionable situations, whereas wide receivers are sure value. Ooh, are they sure value though? Deontay Johnson, what's going to happen to Deontay Johnson when Big Ben's gone? Like, why are we? This is what I don't get it about Deontay Johnson. Is he talented? Yes, Deontay Johnson's talented, but Big Ben will not play after this year. So, are you going to trust Dwayne Haskins, Mason Rudolph? Who's going to be the quarterback there? Again, I mean, Deontay's talented, but I'm not sure he's a sure pick. But we just might see it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I think what's so funny is that as much as we tell you that quarterbacks are so important in a dynasty, so is running backs. Running backs is our second most important position, so we would love depth in that position. So if you were talking about, like, obviously it was Daniel's team we were talking about.
I don't think it's crazy to take Kupp over Harris or Jones, though. I think Cooper Kupp, I would consider taking him over one of those running backs. It depends on what my team needs.
Yeah, and I think in that situation, we're talking about, what happens if one of your guys gets injured? If Cam Akers is questionable, or obviously he missed a couple games, or he was hesitant in the beginning of the season.
Or even if Cam Akers is a running back by committee and we don't realize it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't realize it. You don't have anyone, like, with the expectation of Raheem not really starting as soon as everyone, or Raheem losing touches because of Trey Sermon. Who are you going to start? Let's say Cam Akers is running back by committee. JT is great, but then you have a guy that's going to give you half the points that you expected. Raheem is not going to be the guy you're going to be filling him with if Trey is starting or taking touches from him. So we like to get depth in the running back position because it's so important as well. But I completely understand, like, I guess where you're coming from, taking Cooper Kupp.
You got to take guys that you believe in. I think at the end of the day, wide receiver depth is so strong compared to running backs. I mean, and you can see that there's a trend that you went wide receivers, but I would argue that you could have still gotten good wide receivers a couple rounds later. So that's just the different strategies. All right, we need to stop this live stream soon. So Mark's question will be the last one we do. I feel like you guys, this is Chase. I feel like you guys are undervaluing a healthy CMC. He can score enough points for 2 running backs. No, look, so the issue here, guys, in Dynasty, we're not undervaluing CMC. What we're trying to help you guys see is that even 4 years ago, all the guys that were like the top running backs, even 4 years ago, now they're irrelevant. So it's not that we undervalue CMC. In the redraft league, he's unquestioned #1 overall pick. And 100% CMC should go in the first round of Dynasty leagues. But let me just give you an example. Let's go to 2016, okay? 2016? Okay, let's just go 4 years ago, 2017. Okay, let's have a look at the best running backs in the league in 2017. Todd Gurley was the RB1. Le'Veon Bell was the RB2. Kareem Hunt was a 3. Melvin Gordon was a 5. Ingram was a 6. Sean McCoy was 7. Fournette was 8. Jordan Howard 10. Carlos Hyde 11. 12 Dion Lewis. 13 Devonta Freeman. 14 Lamar Miller. You can imagine there's a trend that keeps on going here. And the point is simply that we are going to grab quarterbacks in the first round if we can, right? And that's because the turnover is so quick. Let's not forget, Todd Gurley, the RB1 in 2017, would have anyone imagined his fall off? No. But you have to predict the unpredictable. So that's the only reason we are not taking CMC over a Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I think is in that position specifically. For example, if I was in DSH at the 1.9, I would consider taking CMC there. You know, totally. I'm not taking a quarterback there if CMC's still on the board, because I know that turn, I'm guaranteed a top quarterback, at least in my rankings. So
I think you're right. It's Patrick Mahomes, Allen, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott. If those guys are not on the board, take CMC.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Okay, would you trade Akers for CeeDee Lamb and Javonte Williams in a 12-team Superflex? So you're getting Javonte Williams and CeeDee Lamb? Holy shit. If you are getting Javonte Williams and CeeDee Lamb, then you absolutely have to hit accept as soon as possible.
100%.
If you are trading away CeeDee Lamb and Javonte Williams, that's an absolute no for me.
Yeah.
But if you're getting CeeDee Lamb and Javonte Williams, that could be the steal of the century. What is your outlook for Damian Harris? Stevenson, I don't trust New England backfield. Neither do we. We think Damian Harris has a chance to be the guy for the next couple of years. And then Stevenson has a chance to carve out a role. I don't think he's going to be a workhorse guy. But do we agree there?
Yeah, I completely agree.
All right, last couple questions here. Would you guys do Keenan Allen and 2 second rounds for Elijah Moore? 12-team Superflex PPR league.
I would.
It's a hard one, man.
I think I would. I personally believe in Elijah Moore. He, in my opinion, will be a superstar, and if he's not, I'm so sorry. But you have to remember who he's following the footsteps of. DK Metcalf and gosh, I just blanked on who's the other guy. AJ Brown. Sorry, DK Metcalf and AJ Brown. They all came out of Ole Miss University. Elijah Moore is the next guy up out of that Ole Miss University to become a star, in my personal opinion. You know, I would personally do that.
I think it's an even trade. But what's more important here is what's your current goal for your team? Are you in win now mode, or are you looking towards the future? Because if you're in win now mode, then absolutely not. But if you're looking towards the future, then yes, I'm comfortable with it.
More plus
first. My bad. Oh, so you get a first with Elijah Moore? Then yes.
Yes.
No brainer.
I think
what's
so.
up, my guy?
I'm in between, so we'll be choosing my path. Yeah. I think you just have to make that decision, but you need to know if you believe in Elijah Moore like I do. I love the guy. I think he is outside of Jamar Chase, because clearly he's just a freak of nature in itself. Elijah Moore is one of the best and talented wide receivers coming out of this draft, in my personal opinion. So I would personally do that. I love Elijah Moore. I gave up essentially my future to Zach for Elijah Moore, and I'm okay with it. So take that with a grain of salt, though. Be cautious, you know.
We could be wrong, but we do love Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
And I think it's a yes for us. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining. If you haven't dropped a like, go ahead and do that now to show us some love. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Last thing we want to say is we're about to go record a podcast right now, okay? And it's going to be called Draft One, Pass One. We're going to be looking at players on the same team in the same position, positional battles, and who we are going to have more stock of this year. You can find our podcast on any podcast platform in the world. Just type in Fantasyland Football on Apple Pods, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to, you can find us there. We have a Q&A tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join us. And then we have another mock draft later this week on Wednesday in America. And the last thing I'll say is our leagues are filling up. They are really filling up quickly. And we fully expect to be drafting soon with our Dynasty League specifically. So if you want to join a league with us, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. You can find that link in our description. If you want to mock draft with us in the future, join our Discord, solo.to/fantasylandfootball. I think I said everything.
I think one thing I would like to say, if you guys don't know, we have partnered with RSA, and you can get a 15% off if you use the code FL15. It's actually in the description below. Go to that link that's in the description below. If you like sports memorabilia, if you want signed helmets, signed footballs, signed jerseys, you can get 15% off on us. Just by you clicking on that link and just checking it out actually helps us. So make sure you check out that link. And we're also giving you 15% off on RSA Rochester Sports. Link is in the description. Maybe Zach can put it in the chat if he wants.
Yep, link in the description.
We're excited about that. I mean, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, you can find it. It says our go-to for everything sports memorabilia. You'll see that link there. It's Shop RSA link. Click on that. And you can use our promo code FL15 for 15% off at checkout. That was something we said, we need this for our people. We need the 15% off. And they're like, all right, we got you. So if you want a Tyreek Hill signed jersey, if you want a Devontae Adams signed jersey, whatever you want, they got signed sports memorabilia there. Check it out. And even if you click on the link, it helps us with our jerseys. So
I also think that 15% off everything besides playing cards, like signed
that's
player cards.
Literally everything on there. I mean, you could probably take the people to the website right now, Badaki. Do you have the opportunity to do that?
Yeah, I actually can do that. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see. Hold on.
Chase says, I checked it out. That site is really cool. I will get something for sure. Yeah, man. They've been the ones who have helped us do all of our giveaways. So when you click on that link and you use that code, both of those things just really help us continue to be able to do that. But Badaki's about to show you the website here if anyone's still watching. Do you have
I don't have it saved on like a tab.
I'll send it to you on Facebook.
Oh, well, I have it up. I don't know if you can see it. It's coming up now.
Okay.
But yeah, come here. You can go to like autograph stuff. There's baseball, soccer, hockey, all these different sports. I mean, obviously we do football, so you can get a frame or like, for example, a jersey here. Tyreek Hill, we gave out a Tyreek and a Devontae Adams jersey last year, and Odell Beckham. Even if you like these older guys,
you should go to the frame ones. I mean, they're more expensive, but those are pretty cool too, bro. Like the frame ones look legit.
Especially like
but look at this John Elway one. Damn,
yeah, especially if like you get, I don't know, if you have like a grandfather that really likes someone like a John Elway, or like your dad that likes a John Elway. This is like for Christmas or birthdays and Father's Day, stuff like that. Like if we still
get yourself something. Get yourself something. Put it in the room.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool. Troy Polamalu. I mean, we can go to freaking they have mystery boxes. Footballs too. I think these are pretty cool. Helmets is kind of crazy too.
You're watching the finals. They got a Giannis signed jersey. They've got Rodman.
Full size helmet.
Shaq.
Bro, this is full size helmet. That's crazy. Look at that. Lawrence Taylor.
These are our go-tos. So whatever you guys are looking for, they've got it. You can find that link in the description of our video. But we should probably get ready for this pod.
Yeah. All love y'all. Appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow in the Q&A. If you have any questions, make sure you bring all your questions. We'll gear up for that. All love y'all.
And I'll just quickly place that link. You know what? No, I won't. Sorry. It's in the description. Anyway, all love.
All right, yeah.
All
Latest.
love. We'll see you tomorrow night. Q&A.
Deuces.